Hey everyone, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Thursday, June 3rd. First off, Coinbase rival Kraken launches mobile app in US to capitalize on crypto surge. So Kraken is trying to catch up to Coinbase. I did want to make a note that it is very, very important that you guys understand how risky it is to trade from your phone and to use these apps. Coinbase app, I've seen numerous articles coming out about SIM card swaps taking place. People that actually work at the telecom, like a T-Mobile or a Sprint, they can actually see the apps that are on your phone. And if you use Coinbase or Kraken, a lot of times what happens is they will work with hackers to go ahead and do a SIM card swap without your knowledge, meaning that essentially your phone now becomes theirs. And so they can go ahead and reset your emails and they can basically get into your crypto accounts. So I pulled up this article. This was from a couple months ago, I believe. Mobile firm employee charged with aiding crypto SIM swap attacks targeting 19. So this came out. A 36-year-old Florida-based telco employee was charged over a SIM swapping scam that stole one victim's cryptocurrency. And this happens all the time. I've seen articles come out of hundreds of thousands of dollars lost because people are not using two-factor authentication. They're not using Google Authenticator. A lot of the times they're actually just using a text to their phone, and that's where the SIM card swap comes in. So if you're using two-factor and you're using SMS to do so, I highly recommend using Google Authenticator. That is going to be the next level of security up. The last thing you want to be doing is trading from your phone and then all of a sudden you get locked out and you're watching yourself get hacked in real time. And if you're using the phone number that's associated with your mobile phone, you can get screwed out of all of your money, and that's the last thing you want to have happen to you. Another precaution that you'd want to take is use a Google Voice number. That Google Voice number is not tied to your SIM card. That could be an option as well, but definitely do your own research. Technology changes all the time, and the hackers always switch up what they can do to hack into your phone. So be aware of trading on your phone. Us personally, we do not do any trading from our phone. Want to get that out there. Very, very important. You guys are aware of that. Don't want anybody to lose any money. That is the worst feeling in the world. Next up, we got AMC. Meme stock frenzy may spill over to crypto as Bitcoin metric nears buy zone. It says it could soon be a sea of green for Bitcoin and altcoins. Sources argue thanks to a convergence of data and the sheer power of memes. We're seeing AMC getting a nice pump up here, and now it's starting to retrace here slightly. We're looking at, let's see, from the start of May, you are looking at roughly a 730% gain in AMC if you got out the top. Right now, if you were looking at your gains, you'd be up 450%. Obviously, I'm not a wizard. I can't say that for sure. That's going to continue rising even higher right now. But it looks to me that there is definitely some volume coming in here, and that could be a catalyst. So this article says for Bitcoin and altcoins, we do anticipate Bitcoin starting to move back up here. Obviously, it's going to be very volatile, but as we can see, there's a perfect double tap here of that line, of that support at roughly 29,000. And now we're sitting back up at 38,000. So this is why we always buy the dips, especially in a bull market. I do anticipate altcoins making a move higher this summer. Should be very, very interesting, and it should be a very, very good summer for anybody who has set their positions in altcoins. Next up, you guys know we're not a big fan of NFTs. NFT sales are down 90% since market peak. Look how they drew everybody into buying worthless NFTs when you would have been way better off investing in altcoins. It says the sharp decline in NFT sales and wallet activity has some people proclaiming the death of the non-fungible token space. We saw guys like Gary Vee coming out with their own NFTs. We saw Mark Cuban pumping up NFTs. We saw a host of other celebrities, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, all talking about their BS NFTs. Like I said, way better off investing in suppressed assets, because then that means you have to find a bigger idiot to buy your NFT that you just spent a ton of money on, hoping that someone else will pay more, when if you're just patient, you can get into some of these suppressed assets and 10x your money easily. NFTs could be great for real estate. a non-fungible token that is tied to a piece of real estate makes perfect sense to me. But going ahead and purchasing some random piece of garbage that Paris Hilton created, a digital copy, a digital version of whatever stupid art she decided to come up with so she could hustle you, would not be worth your money, in my opinion. Find suppressed assets, not some stupid celebrity piece of garbage. Next up, JP Morgan in the news. Job post hints at banks' broader cryptocurrency ambitions. Let's not forget Jamie Dimon talking mad-ish about Bitcoin back in the day, and now his company is looking for crypto-savvy people to go ahead and add to their team. It says experience with Bitcoin and Ethereum is a huge plus. This is why we do not trust JP Morgan or any of these tools that are partaking in the banking industry, looking to add crypto to their balance sheet when they've been known for bashing it time and time again. It's like they're bipolar, just like our boy Elon Musk. They can't make up their mind, and it's not that they can't make up their mind. They are literally just trying to fool the retail traders. Keep that in mind. Do your own research. Speaking of research, sign up for our Encrypted Capital newsletter. We got a free version and a paid version. We give out free daily briefs every day. We go into the top headlines as well as the top performers and our overall market outlook. And if you want the paid version, we talk about our portfolio moves, trades, price targets, all that good stuff that you guys are looking for. And we are very, very active on it. As you can see, we give out briefs every day. We talk about different assets that we are into and are looking to enter. And so if you want to support the channel, it's a great way to do so. Like I said, free version and paid version. You guys won't be disappointed. New sleeper projects that the mainstream media is not talking about it, because as you guys know this, my contrarians, by the time the mainstream media is talking about these projects, it's already too late. The big players in the space are unloading their bags on you, and you need to get your feet planted early in these assets. So check it out. End of shameless plug. Let's move on to Ripple. We got Ripple scores important win against SEC as firm plans IPO. If you guys know what you're invested in, you know that Ripple raised their Series C round about a year and a half ago, $250 million. That's the last round before a company goes public. You know that Ripple is targeting international cross-border settlements. You know that Brad Garlinghouse has ran AOL. He was the CEO of AOL, one of the biggest companies in the dot-com boom. And now we have what? The Internet of Value. And he's heading this company up. They're worth $10 billion. They're not going anywhere. They're adding people from the SEC to their team. They're adding people. Former U.S. Treasurer joins Ripple's board. That was earlier last month. All right, these guys are not going anywhere. It even says here, odds are the SEC will opt to settle Ripple lawsuit before reaching trial. They're not going to take these guys to trial, in our opinion. Most likely it will be settled out of court, as most cases are. More and more news comes out that the SEC is losing their battle against Ripple. And let's go ahead. We'll take a look at the price chart here. Pull up XRP. As mentioned, time and time again, max fear when Jay Clayton opened his mouth and decided to drop the hammer on Ripple and bring the lawsuit against them. And then he immediately left the SEC in the hands of Gary Gensler, former MIT professor who knows all about blockchain technology, actually taught it at MIT. And this is why we preach having the contrarian mindset. This was max fear, best time to buy. Guess what? 17 cents turned you into a cool 1,000% gain. Hit $1.94. And this was the narrative. Ripple is going away. They're done. They're finished. Smart money bought here, and we publicly stated we were buying here. You guys need to have the contrarian mindset to succeed in these markets. Must oppose and reject popular opinion. You must do the exact opposite what Mark Cuban and Elon Musk are spewing out of their mouths. Because guess what? As mentioned in previous videos, this is when Elon opened his dumb face. This was when Michael Saylor was saying MicroStrategy was buying all through here. This is where they kept everything in a tight range. and they unloaded on the public as all of that media narrative was pushed down your throat how awesome Bitcoin was. And guess what? Coinbase IPO right at the top here. And then you lost all your money, half of it, if you bought throughout that phase. Got to have the contrarian mindset and do the exact opposite of the celebrities. Celebrities and mainstream media and these mayors now that were coming out. We're going to talk about the Miami mayor here in a second. These guys are all talking about what they're buying so they can deter you from what they're really loading up on. It's a true statement. It's very easy to see, very easy to identify. Why is the Miami mayor talking about how he bought Bitcoin below 40K and Ethereum at 1.5K? Ask yourself these questions. Why are they saying this publicly? Why are mayors and people in government coming out talking about their crazy crypto purchases? Got to use your head and analyze and determine what the actual narrative is and what they're trying to get mainstream media to talk about and what they're trying to get the mainstream public on board with. Next up, Biden administration to trace cryptocurrency transactions to quote unquote prevent ransomware attacks. Goes against everything that cryptocurrency is supposed to be about. Anonymous payments from one person to another, keeping the government out of your business. And here we go, Biden. By expanding cryptocurrency analysis, the Biden administration plans to tighten the grip around the growing threat of ransomware attacks. It says they plan to enhance cryptocurrency tracking as part of macro endeavors to reduce the pain from ransomware attacks, said the deputy press secretary. Really? Is that what they're trying to prevent, ransomware attacks? Or do they just want to track, trace, and control everything, including your cryptocurrency, and the ransomware attacks are the guys that they're using to be able to go ahead and implement this? Got to use your heads. Hackers have targeted US-based organizations. Why don't they go ahead and target YouTube for trying to scam you out of your money? How about they try and do that? Apple's co-founder, remember this, Steve Wozniak, loses Bitcoin scam against YouTube. If you guys have been on YouTube at all at any cryptocurrency videos, you have seen the scams that have been allowed to run for the past year. These big corporations want your Bitcoin and they're getting away with it. Because guess what? The judge ruled that they're not responsible for the content that people post. But guess what? YouTube's allowing it. What's the point of having YouTube review ads? You know, you don't see ads for guns on YouTube, people trying to sell guns, drugs, or anything else, but for some reason they just can't catch those cryptocurrency scammers. They're too smart for them. Yeah, right, I don't buy that one bit. YouTube is working conjunction. They probably are the hackers in all reality. They're trying to capture your cryptocurrency, and they're running scams. They're allowing them to be ran. Even Brad Garlinghouse brought up a suit against YouTube. Absolutely pitiful on YouTube's part. These guys are trying to take your hard-earned cryptocurrency and they're finding gullible people to go ahead and send them money. It says Wozniak hired the law firm Kochett, Peter, and McCarthy to open a lawsuit against the world's largest video sharing platform, and he argued that YouTube has not only failed to halt these frauds, but also materially contributed to the scams by selling targeted ads driving traffic. These are your enemy. The very platform that I'm on right now is your enemy. They are censoring everybody, but they can't figure out how to censor those scam ads. Absolutely crazy. Props to Steve Wozniak for bringing against the lawsuit, which he probably knew he was going to lose, but he did it anyway, so good for him. Anyways, China hands out $6.2 million for digital yuan tests as Russia says CBDCs are the future. We've been saying this for a long time. If you thought crypto was going anywhere, you're sorely mistaken. They are not. Crypto is here to stay, and they want to tax it and control it. And China is going to lead the way. China's authorities came with a decision. Someone can't write properly. To hand out another sizable amount of $6.2 million in digital currency to the citizens of Beijing. So residents of the Chinese capital receive 40 million renminbi, 6.2 million of the digital currency. They can use 2 banking apps to apply to win one of the 200,000 so-called red packets, each containing 200 yuan as part of a lottery. So as mentioned, this is what's coming down the pipeline. If they wanted to stop cryptocurrency, they would have done so a long time ago. They want to track, control, and trace anything, and China is leading the way. US central bank digital currencies will most likely run on Stellar Lumens or a technology like it, but I have to think that Stellar Lumens will probably be the go-to. So guys, do your research. Crypto is not going anywhere. We still have a lot of time before we see some of these altcoins really take off. Subscribe to the newsletter if you guys want to stay in the know. Support the channel. And with that being said, that will do it for this edition of the Encrypted Capital Recap. Make sure you guys drop us a like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch you all in the next video.